Looking to see some bills, my eyes wander. Cause there was a pretty girl. She's on the cover of a miniature magazine. Was I awake or is this an erotic dream? I pitched myself. Yeah, I was wide awake. I looked closer, it was almost too much to take. I turned the page, the cutie dress looked so good. It was a catalog from Fredericks of Hollywood. I wanna meet me, I wanna find me, I wanna talk to a Fredericks of Hollywood girl. I wanna get me, I wanna see me, I wanna be with a Fredericks of Hollywood girl.
I wanna go to, but first let me open up this book and get a better clue of what she might be like. I'll read on and on and on and on and on for Rock Step on the mic.
The first page has some girls in sexy denim. They smiled at me like they wanted me with them. I smiled back, cause this was my fantasy. I kept turning, so now I was on page 3, black and white. The colors of a sexy mini.
Don't change that dial. You might think you're not listening to KPCC FM 89.3, but this is Asian Understanding. I'm John Kobara. Thanks for being with us. In the background, you hear the sound of RAKAMOTO, one of the first Asian American rappers, Scott Shimamoto, who his alias name has emerged on the scene, independently financed his own CD called The Banzai. RAKAMOTO, The Beat. And he's going to be playing a concert on May 2nd down in Little Tokyo. We'll be talking about that in just a few moments. He's joined with two of his colleagues here, Dayna Olton and Deidre Walton. And welcome to Asian Understanding. I thought I was not going to get that right. I think I got it right? I got it right. Yeah, okay. RAKAMOTO, welcome, and Dayna and Deidre, welcome to Asian Understanding.
Thanks a lot, John. Glad to be here, believe me.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about this this music and where it's going. It's been around for quite some time. You got enthused about rap in the early 80s, 1980, maybe even 13 years ago. We were kidding. You must have been just knee-high then. But that was something you became interested in. Seriously, about 5 years ago, got interested in this form of music. And in the last couple of years, put it together and got the CD out. Let's talk about this music, though. Why is it popular? Why is it is such an emerging form of music today in the 90s?
I think the rap scene right now is so diverse. There's political rap, there's gangster rap, there's rap like I do, which is a little calmer, a little more on the positive side. There's just so many different genres of rap itself, and that, I think, allows it to grow as an art form.
Yeah, I also think that when rap first started coming out, a lot of it was hard, and now it's gotten a lot more into being more mellow, just talking about everyday things, people, everyday life. It's mixed in with R&B music now. There's not many rap stations, but there is a lot of R&B stations and pop stations, and it's mixed in with that type of music, so you're getting a lot more of it. People are listening to it more, and you hear something more, you grow with it.
Well, I think that's true of a lot of forms of music that have come on the scene over the generations, over the decades. At first, it's somewhat, quote-unquote, offensive to the mainstream population, too different, too strange, out of sync with what's going on, and then it starts to cross over. It starts to bring in other forms of music, and it starts to get, not totally mainstream, but it starts to emulate and reflect some of the other things, and people start to relate to it, and the audience broadens because of that. You heard Dayna Olton, who's a singer, and you heard part of his rap on that one song that we just played. We're going to play a couple other cuts. He does backups and dancing. He is from La Puente, and Deidre Walton is a dancer, and she's from Glendale. And Deidre, you are going to be a part of, not part of the CD per se, but you're going to be part of the performance. What are you trying to express in your dance? Some people would say, how do you dance to that?
Oh, there are so many different ways to express yourself, I think, in dance, and I think RAKAMOTO has a lot of different types of rap and dance going on, so that it's energetic, it's upbeat. It makes you want to get up and dance and move yourself in different ways across the floor, and it just makes me explode. And I love being in front of people and performing, and I think that he provides a good base of music to do it.
How many dancers are going to be a part of the May 2nd concert?
Well, what we have?
3, I think.
Right, it's going to be, there's actually 4 people on the stage, and I'm going to do a couple steps here and there, and Dana's going to do some steps, and Deidre and also Lonnie T's not here. right now. But
We've got some good choreography going though too. We're dancing to 7 of the songs, and we've been working it out over the past few weeks here, getting it together.
And we have Lonnie and Deidre to kind of take the pressure off Scott and I. We're not the best dancers, so we kind of let them do
Although
the work.
Dayna and I will be getting down on Gay Babe.
Yeah, we have one solo we got to do, so I'm going to have to work with her. She's going to have to teach me a few steps.
I don't
Okay.
think I'll have to be teaching you anything.
Let's talk a little bit about getting the Banzai Beat off the ground. And it's been a 2-year project, maybe more than 2 years if you really start counting your hopes and dreams 5 years ago. But getting together with Dane Matsumura, who's been on the program and has reestablished himself in the musical world, gave you some clues about what's going on. And it's not easy, is it, out there?
no, it's really not. And for what I'm doing, it's such a radical shift from what other, I guess, big radio or big record companies would think would be a rapper, which is an Asian person. But I always liked it. I've always been into R&B and funk, and grew up on Soul Train watching Don Cornelius.
Who's still going strong. It's
Bet your last
amazing.
money, it's all going to be Stone Gas, honey. And and so, but I never really had a clue as to go about doing it. How to do this, how to go about it. And about 5 years ago, I bought myself a drum machine, and tried to do it that way, and trying to get some guys to work with me. And what I found out is that if you want to do something like this, you really have to do it by yourself, and you really have to find some role models that have done something like this so that you can see how they've done it, and then try and emulate them. And Dane was really instrumental. He's an extremely talented musician, and I hope he's listening tonight. I want to thank him for all his help at the beginning, and his inspiration, because that allowed me to really do what I needed to do.
I think you're right. I mean, sometimes when you have to follow your heart and your own interests, you got to do it yourself, and you take from some people that have done it. But as a role model, while Dan Matsumura has been successful in the music business, he's not a rapper. You must have done a little homework about Asian Americans or just rappers who are trying to do it on their own. What did you learn about that?
It's the school of hard knocks, and you just go from, well, maybe I'll try this avenue, and I'll send this demo tape out to a record company, and they've got to be interested, because there's no Asian rappers here really doing anything in the United States. And
why is that? Why do you think that is?
I think
The audience, not Asian.
it's a predominantly African American art form, and a lot of the Asian people, maybe they want to do some other types of music, like a lot of people are into the jazz fusion type thing. Or
Yet there's a big audience for R&B, Asian American audience for R&B,
Right.
and for soul and danceable music and all that. It's just they haven't crossed over to that talent side, and it's a little surprising. I've heard about some people who tried to make it here and there, and some in the Filipino community and others, but none that I've seen produce a CD. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that seems a little bit odd that you're the first now. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. You really are a pioneer, I guess, of some sort.
Right. Well, I'm hoping that the work I'm doing here either can open up some doors for myself or other Asians, because everything here is probably made in Japan by Japanese people, and you don't see that many Asians in front of the camera or behind the mic like what you're doing, John. Or you could probably count them on both your hands how many people who are actually out there making a living in the entertainment field.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. There's a lot of struggling people out there in every phase of the entertainment business. Asian Americans are probably one of the smallest minorities in terms of just pure representation. Let's go to another cut here. We'll go to the first real rapper. You want to intro that, RAKAMOTO?
Right. The first real rapper is about one of my idols. It's Muhammad Ali, and to me, he's obviously, he said it, but he is the greatest boxer that ever walked on the earth. And what he did with poetry back there in the 60s, to me, that's rap. That's a form of rap, and he was the first real rapper. And I just started putting a song together, and it's a tribute to him.
first real rapper was Muhammad Ali. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You can't hear, but you can't see. Astro Fraser or Jerry Quarry. Everlast gloves and tassel shoes. You best believe that he had the move. Left jab in your face and a vicious hook. He could stop his eye ear, only had the look. He got real busy with a dude named Foreman. He got on the ropes and began performing. The rope and dope was a hype new weapon. He looked real bad, but he came out ripping. He took the best of a big strong brother. That must have hurt like a real mother. But Muhammad Ali had a will superior. His spine was tough as a strong exterior. Go Ali, go Ali, go. 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 He was the greatest of all time. The cat was bad and the cat could rhyme. They stole his title. What a crime. He got it back, but it cost him time. He stood up for his belief. The war was wrong. He gave everyone grief. Cause any violence is always wrong. Be it in Cali or Vietnam. Go, 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 Ali. Go, 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 Ali. Go,
Got a little flavor for a couple of songs there. This is Asian Understanding again. You're listening to KPCC FM 89.3. That's a tribute to Muhammad Ali, the first real rapper, and that features the sounds of RAKAMOTO. We're talking to RAKAMOTO and his members of his band and dance troupe. We're talking with Dayna Olton and Daytri Walton, who are part of RAKAMOTO's organization and are going to be having a concert on May 2nd down at the Japanese Village Plaza at 1 p.m. So you should check them out if you're interested in rap and good entertainment and having fun, because that's really the spirit of RAKAMOTO. I was interested in listening to you as you were talking about your music and the evolution of your product here. Is your emphasis really is on the positive and on fun?
Exactly. There's so many negative things going on in the world, as everybody out there knows, that I wanted to put something together that people could listen to, and after they finish listening to it, have a little smile on their face and say, yeah, I can relate to this, or, you know, the Muhammad Ali was great, or, you know, I've been in a nightclub or something looking for someone to meet, and that's what that Rock and Roll Those Down's all about. It's about being in a club, and that's part of what we heard earlier. And I just think that as an artist, I have kind of responsibility to be positive.
What's the next step for you in terms of getting your... I mean, you've sent stuff out to people. You've gotten some airplay. What is people's reaction in terms of the radio business, the real, you know, the 92, the Beat, and everybody else? How can you get those doors kicked open a little bit more?
Well, I think what I need to do is probably make a big splash in one of the markets, you know, just even if it's regional or whatever, and just make a splash there and get some credibility, because the competition out there in the music business is fierce, as you know, and there's very talented people out there, and you know, of course, those radio stations are in the business to have people listen to them, and they may or may not want to take a chance on someone who is just coming up by himself. They want a proven thing sometimes. Yeah.
When you self-financed this, did you borrow money to do it? How did you get investors to do it, or are we getting in some territory we shouldn't be? No. How did this thing come together? I mean, it's got to be. How can you help? People are out there saying, "Well, I could make a CD." It's not like that. You just don't go out and go make a CD. You got to get it together. And what did you have to get together to do it?
Well, I tell you. One of the things we want to emphasize to, especially some of the younger people in the audience, is that we want to make sure that they get their education. And one of the things that I did was I had a plan, and I said, okay, well, I want to get my education first. I want to make sure that I'm in a position where I can invest money in myself. And in my career, I was able to put some money aside to do this project. And I think it's really, really important to not be a starving musician / artist and be in a position where you can't even put together a nice demo or a CD, something like that. So it's really, really important that people put themselves in a position, and although you have to put 100% into your dream, which could be music, I mean, have a fallback position.
Now, if people are interested in getting the Bonsai Beat CD, what do? They got to get in touch with you, or what's the story?
Well, right now we have retail distribution in Magic Radio. It's in Japanese Village Plaza, where we're going to be performing not next Sunday, but May 2nd, and we'll be out there after the concert signing the CDs if you want to pick up a copy. Or you can mail a check for $12.95 plus shipping, $2 shipping to 4076 Rosemead Boulevard. That's in Pico Rivera, and the zip out there is 90660. Or you can call my answering service at 310-695-4266.
You can call that number or write Rakamoto, or if you want to, you can write me here. We'll get you in touch with Rakamoto and his people, and check them out on May 2nd. They're performing at the Japanese Village Plaza at 1 p.m. There's right near Magic Radio where you can buy a CD and really experience Asian American rap, but rap music and dancing and performance that will be there on May 2nd. Now, I want to play a cut as we kind of fade out here. From one of the ones I like.
Okay,
you guys
great.
kind of got a kick that I liked out of this, but the racial thing one, which I think has a message for people. What is that message?
Well, what we're trying to promote here is racial harmony between everybody, and especially in light of what's been happening in Los Angeles for the last couple of years in terms of like the Korean Americans and Afro Americans and Hispanics. And it's one of those situations where everybody really needs to take the time to try and understand everybody else, because we're all people. And what this racial thing is saying is that you may think that you're the chosen person or your race is the chosen race, but everybody is kind of saying the same things about everybody else, and it's because they're not understanding. So what I want people to do is say, hey, we're all from the same the same place, and we're all people, and we want the racial thing to be something you think about, and hopefully from your actions in terms of understanding everybody else, let's, like Rodney King says, let's all get along.
Yeah. Well, I think those are important words, and I think the message is important. And I wish you guys continued success and greater success in the future. And Dayna?
Yeah.
He's raising his hand here.
Yeah.
He's still in
It's
school
like a
here.
class, like classroom. I'd like to thank Scott myself for the opportunity to go along with him in this. I'm interested in music, and I had no idea of how to go about it. And him being in the studio here performing, it's all been real fun for me. So I want to thank him for that. I'd also like to say hello to my family at home and my girlfriend out there. She's somewhere out there, hopefully listening.
Well, good. I hope your girlfriend's impressed with you and
Hello,
with the band, because I think you guys are doing some good stuff, and it's tough out there, and we appreciate your effort and your message, and wish you success, and hopefully people will turn out for May 2nd, and we'll keep in touch, and we'll hope to see another CD from Rakamoto.
Great. Thanks a lot, John, for the
I hope you're
opportunity.
recording this, Angela.
Okay.
We'll come home to you.
All right, now we're going to play a little bit of the racial thing, and we'll be back in just a few more minutes with more of Asian Understanding.
We came to America to find a better life, free from oppression, am I right? The blacks, the browns, the whites, and the yellows. If we weren't being this back home, we'd never, ever left. But here we are, trying to make the best of it, but can't do it. Why is the question? I got the answer. It's called racism. It's called hatred.
This will be the day when all of God's children be able to sing with new meaning, my country tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride.
It's a racial thing. Believe me, look anywhere and you'll find the hatred born of ignorance, misunderstanding. Why do you think that a man named Hitler rose to power, committed genocide? He killed the Jews who was next. Open up your eyes, could have been you or it could have been me. Cause hate is a thing that has equal opportunity. Try to laugh it off cause you know it's true. From the folks in the ghetto to the Hebrew crew, they say that human beings have the power to reason. Why is it true that we still have racism? I tell you what, it'll never go away as long as people have narrow minds and don't accept each other as brothers. The hate will flourish both today and tomorrow.
Hello, I'm Georges Collinet, host of Afropop Worldwide, inviting you to join me for our new fall season. Update from South Africa, a visit to Ethiopia, a retrospective of Brazil's Tropicalismo movement. The list goes on and on. That's Afropop Worldwide from National Public Radio.
Dance to the beat of Afropop Worldwide, Sunday evenings beginning at 11 on KPCC FM 89.3.
You're listening to National Public Radio for Southern California, member-supported FM 89.3, KPCC, Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County.
Turn on, tune in, rock out.
Back with Asian Understanding, I'm John Kobara. You're listening to KPCC FM 89.3. It's about 10:33 out there. We got lots more program for you, so stay tuned. We got more information, news, and music for you. We're going to switch back to the regular program format. We're going to play the newest from Yataka on Another Sun CD from the GRP label, and this song is called More Than Ever.
You're here with me. You never believed the